You can just tell them that I got the wrong one.
What, that crappy pasta that we ate last time? That was...
That's not even, I didn't make any of that.
You're in charge of the show, right?
Yes, I am.
So
because it's my show.
Alright, tell me more about it.
Hey everybody. I forgot what I said. Hey everybody, my name is Alex Napoli. Welcome to Health by Napoli, where we only cook healthy food that doesn't suck. I am here today with my friend Dom Tesoriero.
How's it going?
Hey. Good
to be back.
Yeah, thanks for coming. If you want to see his last video, check the links below. You didn't do very well last time.
I don't know how, but I'm here again.
I like that you're here again. Okay, so last time we did gluten-free pasta. This time we're making pasta?
Pasta.
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 How do you say it?
Pasta.
Tomato, tomato.
Potato, potato.
So today we are going to be making fresh from scratch glutinous pasta. All right, so what are you going to do?
So normally I would say you would start with 0-0 flour.
I got regular all-purpose flour, which the internet told me would be fine.
Don't believe everything you read on the internet.
But it's the internet and it's absolutely accurate in every single sense. All right, 2 cups of flour.
A lot of things affect how much flour you're going to need. Because as we set up the little well, there are little eggs in there. There's an egg.
These are jumbo eggs.
They are jumbo eggs, and that also affects how much flour you're going to use. So at the end of the day, a good rule of thumb is usually like an egg per cup of flour. Or I like to go by weight normally, but she doesn't have a scale either in the healthy kitchen.
Hey, this is for home cooks. We're not professionals.
Everybody has a scale.
That's baloney.
So we have our eggs in our flour, and then we're gonna kind of just bring them up and you kind of whisk it a little bit.
So you really don't want to break the well while your eggs are mixing, or else you'll have a great big mess. You
kind of just want to pull a little bit of the flour from the sides of the well until you have a nice pasty, consistent. It's gonna be a long video. Keep pulling the flour from the sides as it starts to get pasty. Eventually, then I'm gonna use my hands.
Now we're going hands only. Kind of breaking the well here.
The well, so it doesn't matter.
Because it's already kind of like come together.
It's already coming together. And it might not take all this flour, but you'll know once you start kneading, and we might actually need more flour because she's got jumbo eggs. So the other thing is, it's kind of like fold it over on itself, knead. Fold it over, knead. Hold it. You look at it.
I'm just watching you.
So you see like the dough's getting a little bit pasty, which means it could take a little bit more flour.
Ooh.
But we have that right here on the surface, and then you knead it in.
You're doing a pretty good job for me not telling you at all what we were doing today. Is this just something that all chefs know how to do?
This isn't my first rodeo.
Yeah, that's fair.
I make pasta regularly.
You don't make your pasta from scratch for the Mac Truck, though.
No. Sometimes
that would be so much pasta.
Oh, forget about it. Sometimes dry pasta is better than fresh pasta and vice versa. It depends on the application. The sauce is the star of the dish, and when you're using fresh pasta, the pasta's the star of the dish. So, this is getting pretty tight, and one of the things that you want to notice is that when it's almost done, all that gluten.
So much gluten!
All that gluten is going to build up, and it's going to be a little bit tight, but when you push it...
Ooh. Oh, it bounces back!
It bounces back.
Okay.
So, because all that gluten is built up, you're not going to be able to necessarily use it and pass it through the sheeter right away. So, recommendation, wrap it in plastic wrap. Look at that, 10 steps ahead of me.
I'm ready to go. I know what I'm doing too.
Wrap it in plastic wrap so it doesn't oxidize and dry out and get a skin. Boom, boom, boom. Put that in the fridge.
How long does this need to rest for?
I don't know, 45 minutes. It could rest overnight.
Cool.
But basically, when you pull it out and you're gonna run it through the sheeter, when you go to press it with your finger again, it's not gonna bounce back so easily because all that gluten is now relaxed.
I love relaxed gluten. Our ball of dough is rested for 45 minutes and we're taking it out. It still has a little bit of spring to it.
And you're gonna see the kneading process isn't over yet. And as we run it through the sheeter, as we run it through the sheeter, like technically you're continuing to knead this dough until you get it where you wanna get it. But we're not gonna run this whole big giant piece through, or else it would probably go from one end of this apartment to the other. Take a knife, cut up a small piece. We're gonna dust. You hang your pots a little lower. So we got our sheeter set up. Kinda wanna flatten it out.
What level do we put it on first?
Always gonna start at the fattest or the widest level, and then you run it through.
Ooh.
Yeah, hold it.
This is what happens when you buy things on Amazon, apparently.
No. I'm an impulsive person. I like to buy things like on the spot. I want to go and see it, touch it, feel it, buy it. It's mine.
That sounded like a Daft Punk song.
We'll just run it through on the setting.
So you go through the number 1 a couple of times.
Yeah, through a couple of times. Like I said, it's part of the kneading. And then you're gonna go to the next setting. 2.
Can I help in any way?
Yeah, keep holding the sheet in.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like Vanna White or
So
something.
you know what? I'm gonna go back to setting number 1 and fold it again on its own. And kind of just like trim this. And then we're gonna keep sheeting.
How many times do you think we're gonna have to put it through this machine?
Maybe like 10 or 12 times. You get the hang of it. Then we'll go to setting number 3.
Oh, get it in there.
Maybe dust it with a little bit of flour, just like your surface.
You're doing a great job.
Because remember, it's gonna like continue to take that flour because it was a little bit moist, and especially
So it like continues to absorb the flour.
it's gonna continue to absorb that flour and take that flour in.
Ah.
Good. You hold one end. Perfect. It's getting big. Lift your arm.
I gotta get out of the way. Ooh,
Perfect.
it starts to get really long, really fast.
Certainly does. And we're gonna take this now. But another thing we could also do is at this point, just cut it in half.
So economical. I feel like I like the idea of having this like super long string of pasta.
Well, we could still do that. I mean, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to cut that pasta to the size of the portions you want anyways. It's pretty long. Like one of the rule of thumb is you want to be able to
like see through
see
it.
your hand through the light. I don't know if the light is it coming through on the thing.
Well, I can see it from this side.
Now, I think it's pretty thin. I think it's where you want it to be.
Yeah.
So one of 2 ways, you can either run it through this attachment, or you can just kind of roll it up on itself, cut it like with a knife, which I think is nice, a little more
Rustic.
homemade-y. So you want like wide noodles, thin
I don't know, man. What are you in the mood for?
somewhere in the middle. Dust it with flour. Continue to get flour all over everything in your house.
Ooh, it's so pretty! Look at these amazing noodles!
It's like somewhere in between a tagliatelle and a pappardelle. Rustic cuts, maltagliati.
He's just throwing Italian words.
And the other tip is never clean
This thing.
with water.
You just dust it off.
Yeah, you just dust it off and use it for the next time, because if you put water in it, it's gonna create like dough inside. Yeah, you wanna hold it? Perfect. All right, go to the next setting.
Okay. Actually doing something now.
Where are we? 7, 8. All right, crank.
All right, I'm cranking.
You're cranking. Yeah, there you go. You're doing it. Come on, crank. I don't got all day. All right, perfect.
Okay, so we'll do another rustic cut.
Another rustic cut. You're gonna do it.
Ooh.
But we'll dust it first.
So that just makes sure it doesn't stick to each other.
So it doesn't stick. And then we'll just roll it up così. It's like this. Italian.
I thought you meant like cozy, like.
Nah, like così. In Italian. And when I was in Italy working, everybody would say così, and I would say così, così. People just thought I was nuts. Italian wasn't that good.
You know, while you're
watch your fingers.
well, if you watched my show ever, you would know that my knife skills are low and slightly dangerous.
Clearly. I mean, you kind of just want to
hide your fingers from the knife.
Protect your fingers at all costs. Look at that. And then it just comes apart nice and easy. You got more of that.
Yay!
Boom. This is probably our portion. We'll dust it with a little bit of flour. Leave it here on the board.
So we've got a pot of water boiling. How much salt do you normally put in your water?
Well, it depends on how much water you have, but it should be reminiscent of the sea. It should taste like the sea, like pretty salty. So now the water's actually boiling.
We haven't added any salt yet, though.
To the water.
To the water.
Great. So you haven't added any salt. A lot.
Oh, that was a ton!
Do you know how much a ton weighs in Canada?
He literally put half of this full container into there. That's a lot of, that's more salt than I would have put in.
We are ready to go.
Does it not, okay.
It's Berlin.
It's Berlin.
It's Brooklynese. You wouldn't know that in Canada, but that's like real Brooklynese talk. So we have our tongs here to kind of just make sure it goes apart nicely.
This is gonna be so good.
We got a large quantity of water for the amount of pasta that we have in here, which is a good thing because you don't want it to lose its boil. You want it to cook quickly, and the fresh pasta is definitely gonna cook quickly.
It cooks really fast, right?
I'd say like a minute, 2 at tops.
All right, so I have some pesto sauce that I made earlier. If you want to see the link to the recipe for the pesto sauce, click down below.
She got a link to everything, this one.
I got a lot of videos. Okay, so that was like 2 minutes, not even 3. And we're draining it.
In the spirit of Canadian recycling,
Same pot.
we're gonna put it back in the same pot and use it. And then we'll just add pesto.
Yum!
Great.
So there's a little bit of water left in there from the cooking.
And I kind of did that on purpose. I like to leave a little bit of the pasta water at the bottom of the pot because it's gonna help move that sauce around, especially something like the pesto. This looks great.
That does look really, really good.
So you wanted that Lady and the Tramp long pasta?
That's a huge piece of pasta. Cheese on top. Here, I grated it for you already.
I like to grate it.
But it's literally 1 minute old. Ooh, some fresh cracked pepper. Look at him. He knows what he's doing.
I'm a pro.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Come on, let's eat it.
That's really good.
Delicious. You did it!
You did it! Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye!